Hey there, savvy bookkeepers. It's Trudy from Maven, and holy crap, October's now gone, and here we are in November. Oh my God. So November is your final stretch before year-end madness kicks in. So if October was about catching your stride, November is about finishing the race before the crowd hits the track. Because once November rolls in, your clients' priorities are going to shift. They're thinking of family gatherings, travel plans, and closing bonuses, not bank recs and not expense categories. That's why smart bookkeepers treat November like a bonus month. The month to get to 90% of the way to year end before the calendar even flips. So grab your planner because this is your Maven November checklist, the real last stop before year end. Why is November critical? Think of November as pre-December, which technically it is. So that sounds kind of stupid, but it is the sweet spot where you can still reach the clients, confirm the data, finalize reports without competing with the auto replies and the out of office messages and the half day Fridays. And all of that's going to start in the United States on Thanksgiving, actually the day before Thanksgiving. And that's it for the year. Everybody's going to be in a different mindset. But in November, before Thanksgiving, people will still answer your questions. The payroll departments are still open, the vendors are still processing statements, and it's your moment to tie up loose ends and remove the surprises before you enter December. Because December is for wrap-up, not catch-up. When you invest the time now, you're going to save yourself from the last-minute chaos later. And honestly, you're going to look like a hero when your tax prep season rolls around and your files are already pristine. So here's your November checklist. Number 1, complete all reconciliations and adjustments. Now, we've talked about this both in September and October, but right now, reclass everything while the memory is still fresh. That vendor refund from spring, reallocate it correctly now before it turns into a January mystery. Every transaction deserves its final resting place before the year-end chaos. Number 2, run preliminary year-end reports and pull your profit and loss, balance sheet, AR, and AP. Because you're not just tracking balances, you're story spotting. What patterns are jumping out? What anomalies need fixing while you still have time? These reports are your early warning system for errors you can correct before the December distractions set in. Here's a Maven hack. Always do a side-by-side comparison of the current period with the same period from last year. Looking for major discrepancies is the objective. I had a client who has a large amount of rent, and they were paying it. But when we looked at the side-by-side comparison, what we discovered was that no rent was showing up in their expenses. Well, they'd been paying it, but my assistant never realized that the rent was being paid from a personal source. So as soon as we found it, because it was blatantly obvious when we did the side-by-side comparison, we were able to correct it and offset everything to shareholder contributions. So there's a very prime example. Number 3, prep your 1099 contractor data now. Do not wait until January to chase the W-9s. That will be a miserable experience. Verify names, addresses, and payment totals now. If someone needs an update or a correction, you have time to get it right without New Year panic. Number 4, close open loops with clients. This is the month for gentle persistence. Follow up on missing receipts, unreconciled accounts, or those "I'll get to you later on that" promises. Now's the time to do that. Frame it as protecting their peace of mind. Let's clear this up now so we're not hunting for receipts during the holidays. Number 5, pre-schedule your December meetings. Get that on the calendar now before everyone disappears. Book the tax reviews, book the year-end summaries, and get the client wrap-up calls before Thanksgiving. You'll thank yourself when December rolls around and your schedule is already set. You'll be able to take a breath. So here's your Maven tip. Keep your eye out for our Maven app to drop in December. This is going to be your custom premier client task tracker, and it'll give you a bird's eye perspective of your readiness. What's complete, what's not for each and every client. When your November dashboard lights up in green, December becomes a month of confirmation, not correction. Here's your call to action. December isn't for catch-up, it's for wrap-up. And when you follow this November plan, you actually get to enjoy the holidays without spreadsheets haunting your weekends. Make sure you subscribe now and be ready for our December edition, and so that you know when the app drops. We're going to let you know right here. So when we're talking about closing the year like a pro and start the next one even stronger.